Tinas.
Yeah, no, the Tinas.
The Tinas.
Kill it.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today our topic is future plan, and because since we've talked about the issue of our future before, so we decided to share our future plan to you guys because all four of us are all majored in English department, so maybe someone will confuse that. What can we do after we graduated? And we would like to share you that even though we are majored in English department, but we all have different thoughts of what we are going to be or what we are going to do in the future. And we will start to talk about why, the reason we would decided to do that. And my plan, as you can see in the pictures, my plan is yes, it's really I would like to go study abroad after I graduate. And the main reason why I would like to go study abroad is because to practice my independence. I'm the only daughter in my family, so all my parents are worried about how could I live alone after I graduate or after I have a job. And I think it's a great experience to go outside to see other people, how other people live, or how can I do when after I have the chance to go study abroad. It's hard to say because my parents will take care of me when I was at home, so they worried about how can you live alone after you get a job. And I would like to have the new challenge after I graduate from. I would like to face the new challenge. I want to meet some difficulties, so maybe I can learn how the new methods to face them, to resolve my problems. So I think that, and also I can experience other countries' cultures, and how can I adapt easily to the new circumstance or the new environment. I think that's the questions I want to explore. And also, I would like to become an interpreter in the future if I can. Because since I majored in English department, we can learn second language. So the language now I've learned is not just only English, and I also learned Spanish, Japanese, Korean, and I think that although I just learned a little bit, but I still have time, so I can learn more and more after. And also, this is a quite difficult challenge for me because my reaction is quite slow. So if I really become an interpreter, when the person who speaks to me and I listen, but what if I listen it really slow and I can't just quickly translate to another person? That's the problem I would face at that time. So I think this job can be a new challenge for me if I really become an interpreter. And that's my future plan.
Okay, so I'm Tina Lee, and for my future plan, I want to continue to study at graduate school, which I want to major in mass communication. And then after that, I want to work related to mass media. And I want to talk about why I make this decision and what is my motivation. And although I'm studying English department, but actually mass communication is my first choice for the university. And when I was at high school, I interested in a mass communication club, and at that time I found that I attracted by photographing, editing, and filming. And I really want to learn how to produce a program, and even though I want to learn how to design a show or activity. But however, to go for it because of the test and some problem with my families. So, and now I have studied English department for about 2 years, and I found that English is only a tool or the basic ability for me, and I still eager to learn things and learn course about the mass communication. So that's my motivation to plan this. And I want to talk about the obstacles and my thoughts. And I think that for me, making this decision is the hardest part because at first time I saw that I can do it actually. I always told myself that what if I can get into this university, and what if I later found that I'm suited for that professional. See, I set lots of potential value and obstacles before I do it. And I think I spend too much time being afraid of things that hasn't happened and just think too much about others' opinion and how others see me. And I think it's the waste of time to think of that. And now I realized that other space is not my own pace. And even though now sometimes I feel unsure or lost at my plan, and I learned that I can just take it slowly and just focus on what I want to do. And I think this is the important thing. And what I want to tell is that maybe we will lose some important things on the journey when we work. And I think that every moment and everything we do can turn into an opportunity in the future. And that's what I want to share with you. Thank you.
I'm Sarah, and I have two plans in my future. The first one is I want to be an exchange student in the last semester, and I want to exchange to Japan because I am interested in Japan's culture. Because when I was in my childhood, I always watched a TV show that always introduced Japan's custom and tradition, also their food and their old story. So because of that, I make some interest in Japan. And another reason is because my dad, in years ago, he worked in global company in Taiwan, but he sometimes went on business travel to Japan. And he may share some stories when he was in Japan with me. So I am influenced by my dad, so that's why I would interested in Japan, and I also want to be an exchange student. And this is the program I watched in my childhood. And my another plan is to continue to study at graduate school, but I still think I want to study in Korea or in Taiwan, because after I graduated from college, I want to major in Korean or in economics. But I also interested in Korean language, so I still think where I should go to study at. So that's my plan, second plan. And before I achieve my plan, I think I will make some obstacles. And before I go to foreign country, I think I would to adapt to another culture, and I think I would face something that I never met, and I have to be independent than now. So, and also continue to study at graduate school, I think I would work in a global company. But there are three ways that I would choose to work in. The first way is if I choose to be an exchange student, after I experience their culture, I think I will consider whether I want to work in Japan or come back to Taiwan to work. And if I study at graduate school about Korea, I think maybe I would work related to Korea. So that's my future plan.
So I'm planning to take a gap year after I graduate from NUT, and the reason why I choose to take a gap year is that I want enough time for me to focus on myself and decide what to do, what job should I do when I started to work. And the first thing that I want to do in my gap year is volunteer work in Pattaya's orphanage. And I've been there when I was 9 years old, and I had a really great time playing with the kids. And I can tell that they are really all very clever and want to learn things, but they don't have enough materials for them to learn. So since I'm studying in the English department, so maybe I can help them and teach them English. And also I'm now participating in the Mandarin teacher training program, and I can also teach them Mandarin. Okay, and the second thing that I want to do in my gap year is to learn Korean in Seoul. And I always have a romantic fantasy of Korea because the drama and like the singers or the variety shows. And I also like their aesthetic, their special aesthetic, like the Ryan is so cute. And the interior design of their coffee shop. I really like. Okay. And I choose the Ewha Women's University to learn Korean there. And because this university will provide you a Korean partner to practice more Korean, and also they will give you two cultural courses, like take you to the museum or teach you how to cook the Korean cuisine. Okay. But the living expenses plus the tuition fee is really expensive, like over 300,000 Taiwan dollars. So I'm planning to do some part-time job next semester, and I also want to teach Chinese in Korea as a part-time job, and it can also be a chance for me to communicate with the Korean. Okay. And after the gap year, I will get to work. And option one is to work in Bangkok, and I've lived there for about 12 years, so I'm a little bit familiar with the Bangkok. So maybe I can work there, and also the Pattaya orphanage is lack of the long-term volunteers, so maybe I can be there. Okay. And the second one is the option two is work related to Korean, because there's a website called Create Trip. It's a website that is about some new things about Korea. It's really cool, and I want to work there. But the opportunities are mostly at Taipei, but I have a severe the nose allergy and headache whenever I go to Taipei. So maybe no. Okay. And option three is work in Tainan. Maybe I can work in the company that my sister is in, and the job content is translate the report into Chinese or English. But I think the content is a little bit boring to me, but the salary is okay. It's okay. So maybe I will choose this one, but maybe I'll change my mind after the gap year. Okay, that's basically our presentation.